Okay, boys, on today's episode of Force Friday, we start a very unique project. And no, it's not one of these. Let me show you. Okay, so if we're not working on one of those classically beautiful Jeeps, what are we working on? Now, this is going to be a little mini series. I'm thinking 3, maybe 4 parts. As you guys know, we're doing a ton of work in the shop right now. We're super busy. We got Gleb's 70 series, right-hand drive, turbo diesel that's getting a flatbed. We've been working like crazy on that. Of course, the 10K budget YJ showdown against Genrite. We've been doing a ton of work and ton of videos on that. That is an 8-part series. If you guys haven't seen it, please go watch it. It's gonna be amazing. This video is gonna be, like I said, a mini series that kind of coincides time frame right around this. So I've done quite a bit of talking already. Let me show you what we're working on. So, average Rubicon Gladiator. It's already got a bumper. So, are we doing bumpers? We are doing bumpers. That's weird. It's already got one, but we're doing bumpers. It's already got 37s. So, are we doing tires? Yeah, we're doing tires. It's already got a TerraFlex 4-inch suspension lift. So, are we doing a lift? Yeah, we're doing a lift. It doesn't make a lot of sense right now, does it? Well, let me show you a little bit more about why this is so special. This is a big build here. Like most of you, if you've been into custom cars, like I have, since I was just a young whippersnapper, right around 13, 14, the internet came out, and I learned about this thing called SEMA. And I have always wanted to go to SEMA. And not just go, I've always wanted to build a vehicle that goes to SEMA. So you're saying, Will, why? It's just a Gladiator, you know? It's like, it's not that crazy. There's gonna be Gladiators at SEMA. Well, there will be Gladiators at SEMA. I'm not sure how many are gonna have a Hellcat motor in them. So that's pretty freaking cool. So that's why we're taking bumpers off. We're taking already nice suspension off. We're taking already nice wheels and tires off. We are transforming this thing into something very SEMA-esque. It's going to be wild. So, like I said, this is going to be 3, maybe 4-part mini-series. The last episode will be me going to SEMA with some of the boys, seeing this thing in a booth, the Mickey Thompson booth, which is pretty cool. So follow along with this one, subscribe, like, comment. If you guys are going to SEMA, let me know. We'll meet up, we'll party. You guys will buy me a drink because I'm a struggling YouTuber. So that'd be great. But anyway, let's get this thing up in the air, start taking all this stuff off. All right, boys, so we're gonna kind of break this up into front and rear axle. So Eric is taking all the old stuff, and by old I mean brand new Terraflex suspension off, and we are gonna be putting this stuff on. This is just the front, and I think there's even still a couple parts in boxes over there, but it comes with a bit of everything. It's got the progressive race springs, so you have closer up here, further apart down here. You got skid plates, you got drop brackets, you got brake lines, sway bar disconnects. It even comes with new drive shafts. These are the lower front long arms, so extremely beefy. You got new mounts, everything is bolt in, and of course this is by Metal Cloak, which they are sponsoring this build for SEMA. So shout out to Metal Cloak. We're sending out all this stuff to our boy here. And yeah, we're gonna get this all opened up, get it sorted out, get the old stuff off, and then start putting this stuff in. All right, boys, so as you can see here, this is the Crossmember. This Crossmember is the transmission mount, and that's what all of the lower control arms bolt off of, so you can't go forward without having that in, so it's kind of important. So the thing, what I was talking about is the littlest things can throw you off. So this is the wrong Crossmember. As you can see, down here, it has this extra plate that's meant to be drilled through the frame and then bolted to the frame, where normally the bolts go through here into the factory Crossmember mounts, just like on this side. So that's not for this application. Metal Cloak messed up and sent us out the wrong one, you know, shit happens. So when you're under a deadline like this stuff can happen. The big problem with SEMA too is these companies, they try to figure out a build, you know, they try to figure out budgets, they try to send everything out, and it ends up happening like 3 weeks before you need to go to SEMA. So that's why everyone's always rushing around and panicking. And that's why I don't sleep anymore. But I digress. So they were like, we can overnight you one or whatever. I was like, you know what? I think the easiest thing to do is slice these brackets off with a grinder, take that off, and we'll throw this up in there. We'll save the shipping for them and the time it would take and the delay and yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to cut this and then we'll get it up in there and we'll go from there. So no big deal, but this is what happens. All right, boys, after a marathon of grinding, which is not fun, it's the worst part of any long arm suspension, the front is ready to go. We're gonna paint that, let that dry. So in the meantime, Eric is gonna start disassembling the rear, get all the old stuff out, and then we're gonna have to do this whole process again. So pray for me. But anyways, Eric's gonna get that dropped down. I'm gonna go take a break, get a sandwich or something, and relax for a minute, and then we're gonna hit it again hard. Here we go. Okay, so as you can see, we've got the rear suspension out, the axle is there on jack stands, and then from that last clip, Eric was welding up basically any little nicks or anything like that on the frame where we ground off the factory control arm brackets. So a lot of guys, a lot of shops, they'll just shave the brackets real low so that the new one's clear and the arm's clear and all that stuff. We cut the brackets off, then we grind them flat with the frame, smooth everything out. If we nick the frame at all, we go in and we weld. And then we repaint everything so it looks really, really nice. Now, this takes a lot longer, but the finished product looks way more factory and professional, and just, it's dumb not to do it. Especially with a rig like this that's going to SEMA. Now, speaking of SEMA, you always see on TV people freaking out about deadlines and the pressure and all this and that, and they're not wrong. So the littlest things in a big build like this can throw you off, and this is kind of what I'm always preaching about is you know, have all your ducks in a row before you start a big build, because one little thing kind of throws you off and it could delay things, and especially if you're doing it on your own, you get discouraged when things start going wrong, and then that sidelines a build, and the next thing you know, it's in your yard for 2 years, and then your wife's making you sell it on Facebook Marketplace. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, gentlemen, ladies, we have modified the Crossmember and it fits in there perfectly. We also went ahead and put the upper control arm and lower control arm brackets in on both sides. Now, I have a pro tip for you if you're doing this kit. If you have a keen eye, you can see that we put the joints in on these ones. Now we do that because you can't get the bolt past this exhaust. So unless you want to drop the exhaust, which I don't want to do, you basically take the joint out of the arm, put it in there, put the bracket up there. Now this mistake would be frustrating if you got that up there and then figured it out afterwards, but we would never do that. We would never ever put all of these bolts in with all of these flag nuts and forget to do that. We definitely did not do that the first time around, as you can tell from the video footage that clearly shows that we didn't do that. So if you are doing this kit, don't make that mistake, because some people, not anyone I know, would do that. So anyway, now you know. Okay guys, so front suspension in. Still a couple little fine tuning things we gotta do. Probably adjust the caster a little bit, but she's in. New drive shaft is in. These are from Metal Cloak. I didn't even know they made drive shafts. So if you guys need drive shafts, hit up Metal Cloak. So out back here, no more mounts. We've ground them down, painted them, made the frame look real nice. So we'll start there. We'll get the mounts on, start hanging the rear, and we'll go from there. Yeah, spoiler alert. Big spoiler alert. We got to move the lift arm, so bear with me here. Okay guys, so suspension is pretty much wrapped up. As you can see, we got some blue tape. We left the reservoir is off right now because we are going to add inner fenders. And so I don't want them to get scratched up. I'm probably gonna tape off some more stuff. Couple loose ends to button up, some adjustments to make. I think we're gonna change the caster angle in the front a little bit, but pretty much the suspension's done. So I'm gonna put the wheels and tires back on, drop this down on its weight, let you guys get a look at it. Then we're gonna throw the gas tank back up, some skids on, and that'll be it for this video. The next video is gonna have inner fenders, tube fenders, sliders, and maybe some other stuff. Bumpers, that's my brain. I've been here all night, guys. So that's what we're gonna do. Drop this down, wheels and tires. And keep in mind, these aren't the wheels and tires that are gonna be on it for SEMA. And I'm not even sure the ones that are gonna be on it for SEMA are gonna be the right ones. So if you guys have never done a SEMA type of thing before, it's kind of crazy. And companies mess up. There's so many things happening because these companies aren't just dealing with you, they're dealing with other people. So this is supposed to be getting 40s. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen in time before SEMA, but stay tuned for that. We'll find out maybe next week. So let's get this on its weight though, on 37s, on the old wheels, get a look at what this suspension looks like. The arms are long. This thing is big, so it's gonna be pretty sweet. Let's get it down. All right, guys, there's the ride height. What do you guys think? I think obviously more tire. These 20s I think came on it, but hopefully we go 1740. That's what I like. But let me know, you guys like this setup, or would you go bigger, smaller wheel, bigger wheel, smaller tire? I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. It's definitely raked a little bit towards the front, and I'm wondering if that's because of the extra weight of the Hellcat motor. Also, things will probably settle a little bit. But yeah, looks good, guys. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Next video, fenders, bumpers, sliders. So subscribe, please, and thank you. See ya next video. Next video, SEMA build coming very soon.